Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel and thank you so much for joining me today. And today it's such a special topic that we're going to be talking about. So the first topic we're going to be talking about is the 4 stages of the relationship. If you don't know who I am, I'm Sindy V King. I am the relationship and dating coach for high achiever and executives, and I'm from Vancouver in BC. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, why don't you go ahead and do that right now so you don't forget. So when I do post new videos, you get a notification for that. So definitely want to click on the bell for that. So I get this question quite a bit, and if you're just joining me for the first, what we're going to be talking about is the phases of the relationships, and people get stuck in the 3rd phases of the relationship. So, and that just means why too many people get stuck in the stage 3, really. And that's just what we're going to be covering about, and actually how to overcome that hump. And so when you are looking at this wonderful image right here, you will notice this fulfillment and then times together. And obviously the red mark is going to be someone's exiting out. They're done. They have checked out. So yeah, some of my drawings are not the greatest, but you get the picture. So that's our first phase, is the perfect phase, and which tends to be the 1 to 3 months. And the second phase is actually the imperfect phase, where it's like 3 to 6 months, and that's after things we have got to know and we got all the chemistry going. And then we're gonna go into the 3rd phase, which is the negotiation period of the relationship. So that tends to be within the 6 to 9 months. And within that time period that has passed, we go into the commitment phase, which is 9 to 12 months. And that just simply means getting to I do, and not necessarily it means marriage, but it's a different form. So I'm going to walk you step by step how that might look like in your relationship and what you could do differently, or you're repeating the same pattern and you don't know why you're so stuck in the 3rd phase of the relationship. And it can be very frustrating. So just know that the perfect phase is 1 to 3 months, and that just simply means it's summertime. So this is also known as the honeymoon phase, but I really want to make sure you have the image in your mind about the summer. So you're meeting someone for the first time and things are great and things are lovely and all the chemistry is going. There's just so much perfect in the relationship. So I call it the 3 C's. So you need to know your 3 C's, and that just simply means do you guys have chemistry? Do you have communication? Do you have compatibility? Do you have all that in that relationship? Yeah, where you want to make sure that you have those things together. What I teach in my program is about the energy giving and receiving. Are you masculine? Are you more feminine? Are you both? Like, how do we do that? And I recommend women, especially if you want to be cherished, you want to be in the feminine phase, and there's absolutely fine if you're a masculine woman in the day, and after, when you come home, you're more feminine, and that's totally fine. You just need to learn how to stay in your feminine phase so that your man can actually cherish you. And men, if you're listening to this, if you want to be respected, and that's totally great, you need to learn how to cherish her feelings first. So that's just it's all about giving and receiving. And you can leave a comment down below. What is giving? Is that more feminine or is that more masculine? And what about receiving? Is that more feminine or masculine? Leave a comment down below. Okay, so that is the phase of the 1st to 3 months. You're just dating, everything is wonderful, is lovely. Then you get into this phase called the imperfect phase, which is 3 to 6 months. I consider this to be the autumn season, and this is where things start to cool down a little bit. You're going to start actually noticing things about each other that you may and may not like, and a lot of people would just want to abort. Like, we're talking about, this is a big issue right here. This is where people run away. And so the summer season is over, and that's it. You're ready to check out. And that would actually feel attached it, and or as well you're going to feel unfulfilled in the relationship. So you're going to go to see, you're definitely going to see the bad side of this person. And that could be like somebody, your partner is having a road rage, or he or she is actually irritating you. And how do we simply deal with that? So I want to let you know I have the simple rules here. How do you deal with something like this? They say that a masculine energy person is going to show up as who they really are. And you can't really want to change a masculine energy because of it. If you are going to change a masculine energy, and that could be a man, I'm going to make an example. If it's a man, you're going to be a mother. You're going to actually be his mom. It's a takeover of the role, and that's not always healthy, and I'll tell you why it's not healthy. It's just you're actually making him as a boy, and that's just a simple answer. You're making him into a boy, and if you're successful achieving that, then you just turn him to a feminine role. He's not, he's really suppressed in his masculine role if you continue on doing that. So the simple rule of this, how to prevent this happening throughout your relationship. The first thing is number one is accept him as is. And that just simply means that this is who he is, and if you're gonna fix him and criticize him and tweak him, you're being mom. Okay. The second part of this rule would be reject him. Okay, so rejecting him, which just means that you guys are not compatible, you have your difference, and that you cannot do this any longer. You reject him as a whole, as a person. So rejecting is to love someone enough to let him go to someone else who does actually accept him as he is. Number three is you can tolerate him, and that just means you're half accepting him and half rejecting him and disliking him. This actually promotes you in a crazy mood swing, and that's absolutely not healthy. And I'll tell you why, because it's going to create so much cortisol in your body. And that just simply means that, for example, is he being sloppy, he burps, he's farting, he's lying, he's being selfish, he's cheating, his cheapness, his insecurity. You are hurting you and harming yourself by falling out of your virtue and just a sense of integrity. Okay, so this is where you can't fake it until you make it. Okay, it doesn't work. I'm sorry. You have a choice, and there is a choice. You accept him as he is, or you reject it. The 3 to 6 month is the most hardest part of it, because you're seeing each other's flaws. So, and that being said, I do have a video talk about exactly if he's irritating you or if she's irritating you. You definitely want to watch that. I'll try to link the video on here as well. If not, then it should be in the description bar. So check that out. Okay, so the next phase of the relationship is the 6 to 9 month. And this is where it's a negotiation period. And this is where the next 3 to 6 months, you have the opportunity to build a long-term relationship and come in. And that it could lead up to marriage or just wanting to live together and build a life together. So, for example, this is fine if you are, this is what I mean by negotiations. This just means like if you guys both have careers and it demands a lot of time, but you guys both want family. But one of you guys have to decide if family comes first or career, and who's doing what, right? So how's that going to look like? Or here's another example. What city you guys want to live in, or if you guys want to move in together, or if you're going to move in his place or her place, or whatever that might be. Okay, this all works really well. Most masculine energy wants to live near their business or their work, to be honest, for him. And most feminine energy want the opportunity to have children and really raise their kids. While this masculine energy wants to carry the major burden of supporting that. So does that mean like, does the feminine energy want to live closer to a parent, or how's that work? So the biggest question that you guys need to ask each other are 4 questions, and I'm going to give that to you. So number 1 is find out, what do I want? Okay. And you're going to find out your partner, what do they want? And what do I not want? And what do you not want? Okay. So, and both party needs to agree on it. Okay. This is the reason why things can be a little bit tricky at some time, but this is something that's a good start. Start asking yourself this question on your own time. And then when your partner can go and do that same activity as well, and then you guys can meet and connect and see if you guys are on the same page. If you guys are not agreeing on something, it's not the end of the world. There is many things that you can do to figure out what works. I don't believe in compromise. I hate the word compromise. I hate the word tolerance. There is no such thing. Either you accept it or you don't, or you figure out what is a win-win negotiation here. And that's what it really is. All right. So once you guys figure all that out, you guys finally consider yourself as the biggest compatibility and you made it through. Now it's between the 9 to 12 months. And that's just what simply means it's the commitment phase. Really, it's just saying like, real life is not about romance, a novel. And let's just keep it real here. So I consider this phase is the spring season. Okay. So he has told you that he wants to marry you and believe in, you believe him, right? And it's all about getting to I do. And I have a masterclass really talks about this. I'll leave the link down below so that you can go ahead and watch that. I urge you to never demand marriage, especially to the masculine energy. And that simply means, like, I'm just giving that example. You also better take a rain check if you are demanding for the marriage. Okay. So I don't want any woman out there. And if her biological time is ticking, and I don't want you to wait anything longer than a year. You give him 4 full seasons. That's why I call them seasons here, to really find out who this guy really is. And yes, you have seen him and on his good, on his bad. You have seen him how he's able to negotiate and see if he actually can commit to you. And if you want marriage, that's totally great. If you guys want to live as a common law, that's totally great too. I will talk about the different type of relationship that you can get into. It will be in a different video. But right now, for the sake of this is what a lot is not ready to get married to her, and she demands it. He actually resents her. He gets angry about it, and because due to some sort of circumstance, like, oh, she got pregnant, I have to marry her, they would actually say to me, I'm not committing to her, and that's the reason why I treat her the way that she doesn't want to be treated. And that's the problem, ladies. So just remember that if you are being demanding for marriage or getting a ring from him, just know that you have every right to actually do a rain check and feel the anxiety or pressure. And he doesn't feel the pressure to do something that he hasn't choose to. So just remember, he have to give him the choice to do it. Here's a big tip. Don't seduce him with money or sexual gesture. Don't try to intimidate him with your anger. Just remember, this could be a stage is very blissful if you make it happen. Now, there is a place that you can go go to live up to your commitment, and this is where it is. So if he said that in the very beginning that he want marriage too, and he said maybe within a year that he could be definitely wanting to pursue that. And just remember, men are all, especially masculine energy, they're all about financial stability. Okay, so this is a time where you can negotiate about money, space, time, and play as well. And what I mean by play is like, what about time to go on a date? When do I want to hang out with my girlfriend? Things like that. So play style is very important factor. You can actually end up a pitfall in this definitely period of time, because there's a lot of things and a lot of change is happening, because you guys are merging to life together, and how you are transitioning to make that commitment happen. First off, if you really want him to propose to you, there's something that you can say to him to get his commitment. I'm going to make another video on this, so you gotta stay tuned for that. If you have not subscribed to my video, my channel yet, please definitely click the link down below. And that being said, I want to conclude the 4 phases that a relationship can go through in order to get to a full commitment, and we're talking about lasting love. And if you want to learn more about the masterclass, I'll leave the link down below. I'll see you guys next time. And if you found this video helpful, please share it with your friends, because sharing is caring. If you want my help in your relationship or dating situation, you can always book a time with me. Check out the link below. To stay in touch, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell button so you can be notified when I post new videos. Please go ahead, hit the like button, because it encouraged me to create more contents like this every week for you. If you have any ideas for a video, please leave it in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.